dear students, we discussed that there are two major, paradigms available for sampling. Number one was information-rich paradigm, and number second was representative sampling paradigm. So in this session, we are going to discuss the second type of sampling paradigm, which is based on the representativeness of the sample. Okay, in order to conduct a valid, a reliable study, and particularly for large-scale studies, we must have a sample which is the best possible representative of the whole group of a population or the whole universe, the universe of the study, right? So a sample as a true representative is basically the focus of this paradigm, right? So we are working on this representative sampling technique or representative sampling paradigm when our goal is to generalize the findings, right? We would like to generalize the findings to the whole, population, to the whole universe of the study. And for that purpose, we want to have this representative sampling paradigm, right? Since we know that this is impossible for researchers to access every individual member, every individual, group member of the study, right, of the population. So in this case, we are required to go for sampling, right? Like the example is that if we want to study the EFL learners of English who were the student of English and they studied within universities where the medium of instruction was English, right? If you want to go for such a study, then we have a very large population, right? Because this, include everyone who is the study of English as foreign language, and then they are studying in universities where the medium of instruction is English, right? And they are studying English, okay? So it's a very large, a scale study, and we may not be able, anyone may not be able to access to all, group members. In this case, when larger populations are there, we need to go for a sort of sampling paradigm which can the best represent the whole population, right? So such a paradigm is the best answer to, this sampling, okay? And the rule of the game here is, within this paradigm, that the more, the better. So the size is quite large. We have, a very large sample in this case because we are focused on conducting a study where the true representation is given by the sample, right? So that's the, the ultimate goal. And the important features of the population must be within sample, okay? Every important attribute, every important, characteristic of the population must be there in the sample. That's an important point for representative sampling paradigm. Like for example, if there are these four attributes, characteristics to be found in the group in the sample, they are in the population, but we must go for a sampling procedure where these all these features are found. Like for example, if gender is given as A, then age B, similar age, then level of education C, and level of language proficiency 4. When we are looking for these 4 variables, right, and our population, our group of observation is based on these variables, right? And there is one more, for example, which is found in the target population, but it is not available in the sample. So just to illustrate this, sampling, which is partially representing a target population. Like for example, the target population has all these features like A, B, C, D, F, and E, right? So in terms of age, in terms of language, in terms of sex, and in terms of their area or maybe their qualification, these are there within the target population, right? And the selected sample, which has all these attributes, but the one E is missing, right? So you cannot really generalize this sort of, a sampling, right? Or a sample. The findings, the results may not be generalized to the whole population in this case, to the target population, right? So this is actually the sampling where the sample is partially representing a target population. So we must avoid this sort of, sampling. We must have a sample which has all these attributes, all these features, which are, to be tested, which are under study, which are to be observed, right? So when these are found in the sample, that sample is supposed to be, the best possible representative of the population. We must go for, in this case, when this is the situation and we need this generalizability to the whole target population, we must be going for this representative sampling paradigm.